What up, world? Welcome to another special edition of the Blunt Talk Sports Podcast, Championship Weekend Edition. I'm your host, Anthony Wright, coming to you from the beautiful and snowy and blizzard-like confines of Atlantic City, New Jersey. Wherever you may be watching or listening, I thank you as always. Like, share, and subscribe. It helps the channel. All right, guys. Well, Championship Weekend is upon us. We now have the Rams and Seahawks and Patriots and Broncos pretty much dueling it out to see who will be the participants in Super Bowl 60 in 2 weeks on February 8th. Great contest. Kind of shocking. Wasn't expecting this Final Four. I don't think anybody really was expecting this Final Four, but nonetheless, we do expect some good football. Now, caveats in both games. I'll definitely touch on both of those topics. We'll definitely dive into that. Betting lines, things you should look at going into this game if you're trying to place a wager or a ticket. But before we get into all of that, definitely want to make sure we give a shout out to several friends of the show. If you guys are familiar with the show, you guys know StubHub and Viagogo are two friends of the show. The #1 and #2 leading ticket resellers in the world to live event shows and concerts. I implore you to check out StubHub right now. There are tickets, obviously. If you're not, you're going to be probably unable to obviously make that, NFC or AFC championship games today, depending on how ticket sales have been. Obviously, I know a lot of it's been sold out, especially in Denver. So big game coming up on February 8th, Super Bowl, memorable experience, especially if you're, a fan of one of these four teams. I definitely implore you to check it out. Also, for my people out there trying to protect their software, whether work or home PCs or laptops, whatever it may be, making sure your kids aren't, downloading anything crazy, check out Malware Bytes. Description link, a link will be in the description box of this video. They have a special offer for new users and new signer-ups right now, so definitely check that out. And last but not least, for my avid gamers out there, if you're looking to enhance your PlayStation experience, you want to upgrade your controllers, upgrade your accessories, I definitely implore you to check out the sale right now on the screen from PlayStation Direct. Link will be in the description box of this video. Sony PlayStation, more than a game. All right, guys. So, like I said, Championship Weekend Edition. We're going to start with Rams and Seahawks. This game, to me, is possibly the most exciting game of the day. Division game. Both teams split the season series against each other. I definitely expect it to be a hard-fought matchup. Now, looking at it right now, looking at the stats kind of lean towards the Rams, but, odds are right now the Seahawks are the favorite going into this game. Make no mistake, this is the #1 scoring offense against the #1 scoring defense. Rams have the #1 scoring offense in the NFL. Seahawks have the #1 scoring defense. So this will be a test of wills, a test of might definitely going into this battle. I think, too, when you look at several other key statistics and factors going into this game, I think that one of the things that a lot of people kind of forget and realize is, especially going back to that second game between the Rams and the Seahawks, that game it was a lot of turnovers by Seattle. Seattle played possibly the worst game you could possibly play against a division rival, especially on a Thursday night. And to be able to pull out that victory, to have that game back in Seattle, the momentum, the dark cloud, the shadow that was cast over that Rams team, I think that plays somewhat of a factor, but not too much. I think this Rams team is going to be very prepared for this game. They know the task that's in front of them. However, I do think that Seattle defense can get enough pressure on Matt Stafford to possibly win this game. Like I said, this will be a test of wills. Both teams play physical. Both teams play great. Puka Nacua is just a fucking monster. I mean, he's definitely going to command attention. Devontae Adams definitely is going to be commanding attention. Kobe Parkinson. So, again, great. Like I said, you love what the Rams have been able to do on offense and what they've been able to provide throughout the year. That's why they've been in this position. That's why they were in the position they were in last year. So, again, not surprising. A lot's going to be placed on Sam Darnold's shoulders. We obviously would know Zach Charbonnet for the Seahawks, him being out. A lot's going to be on the legs of Kenneth Walker. I think they're going to have to be creative as far as running the ball. They're not going to be able to just keep handing it off to Kenneth Walker every down. Sam Darnold is going to have to win this game. There's going to be some pivotal plays he's going to have to make. Obviously, the betting favorites would be if he's got to outduel Matt Stafford. No one's going to take Sam Darnold, but I don't know. I just really feel like the Seahawks have been a team of destiny this year. They really have had a lot of magic go their way. A lot of things fall their way. Sam Darnold imploded last year in the postseason, against the same Rams team. To kind of get rid of those demons, towards the end of the regular season, going into this postseason. Again, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 270 yards in that Week 16 game against the Rams. He did not play great. So I definitely expect him to play better. And if he's playing better, I expect the Seahawks team to definitely be on point. Looking at some of the betting odds and some of the statistics that they have here, I'm pulling this up also from, now I'm giving you DraftKings and MGM statistics on this. So give me 1 second here, pulling everything up. All right, so with the betting lines on DraftKings has the game, the spread at -2.5 in favor of the Seattle Seahawks. Also is BetMGM as well. Over-under is under 46. Over-under is 46. So, again, small edge to the Seattle Seahawks. Clearly, the NFL and the Vegas lines really realized that, the Rams are definitely going to be a threat in this game. But the slight edge is being given to the Seahawks. I personally think, in my honest heart of hearts, defense wins championships. The Rams' special teams and defense has been their Achilles heel throughout the season. They have played better as of late. I must give the Rams credit towards the end of the season, especially in the playoffs. Their defense has been their backbone. It's the reason they beat Chicago last week. However, against the Seattle team, special teams, defense, offense, they have so many ways to attack you. And I just feel like the Rams sometimes get caught up in games where they don't play all 4 quarters. They have so far this postseason, I will say that. But they do fall into these laws at times where they don't, they kind of play with their food, for lack of better words, and they get caught lacking. So I expect Seattle to win this game. I expect it to be a close game, a 3-point victory for the Seattle Seahawks. I think they're going to have to play their best game that they possibly played all season. I think Sam Darnold's going to have to play the best game he's had all season. Make no mistake, Sean McVay and Matt Stafford, these guys are going to have a game plan ready for Seattle. But that Seattle defense, Mike McDonald, I just truly feel like, and I've said it throughout the year, that they were the Philadelphia Eagles light. Like, if you guys know, for those of you that are old enough to remember, Crystal Light, it was like the shitty diet version of Kool-Aid back in the day. But in a good way, when they started, remaking certain flavors, it got a little bit better. For those that drink it, though, I know my mom, some other people I know that drink it, but point being, nonetheless, the Seahawks are this year's version of Philadelphia, in my personal opinion. I just really feel like they have the test. Their mettle has been tested. They're mentally, emotionally prepared. They've been in heartbreaking games. They've won close games. They've lost close games. I just really feel like it's their year. Honestly, got truth. So I'm taking Seattle in this game against the Rams to advance to the Super Bowl. Now, in the AFC Championship game matchup, this one, I must not lie to you, this one is a little bit sneaky for me. My heart and my head is telling me the New England Patriots are going to win this game. That the New England Patriots are going to play possibly the best game that they've had all season. Knowing what's at stake, knowing what's in front of them, not going to play with their food. However, I, as an Eagles fan, know backup quarterbacks can really fuck up plans, fuck up another team's plans in the postseason. You really could think in your mind and your heart of hearts, we got it mapped out. We got them. They don't have their guy. I don't think New England could go into this game, especially this game being in Denver. I don't think New England could go into this game and assume that they have everything sewn up. You have to go in there and kill Denver and take their hearts out right away. It's not going to be easy. I expect this game to be a defensive game. I expect it to be low scoring. I know Drake May and Stephon Diggs in this offense has been very exciting throughout the regular season. I know they've been very exciting throughout the postseason. I do not expect that in this game. I expect that Sean Payton Broncos team and that defense, that Vance Joseph defense, to play possibly their best game of the season. Especially without Bo Nix, they're going to need a complete team effort. This is do or die. This is to go to the Super Bowl. So, and again, these teams have history. This is the first time these teams have met up since, I believe it was the 2018 or 2019 AFC Championship game. So there's a little history between these teams, quasi, no Brady or Manning, on the sidelines, but still nonetheless history between these teams. This is going to be a good game. Even with Jarrett Stidham playing quarterback, I think with Bo Nix at quarterback, it would have been a good game. The Broncos defense is going to have to win this game for Denver. Make no mistake, getting turnovers, getting takeaways, getting key stops like they did against Buffalo, like they've done throughout the whole season. The Broncos have won these close games. It's really, honestly, the Patriots that have to prove that they can win this game, because the Broncos have been in games like this all season and have won them. They have made really great quarterbacks look pedestrian. So it's really a situation where I truly feel like Drake May is going to be tested. That being said, my thought process going into this is I think the Patriots are going to win this game. I just feel like they've been a team of destiny too this year. I've kind of said it throughout the season. They have Mike Vrabel came in there quickly, changed things around. Got the guys refocused, got them re-energized, got them looking in the mirror at what they need to do better, what they need to do to honestly assess themselves and really just be a better football team than what they've been the past couple of years. Whether it been the end of Bill Belichick or the Gerard Mayo tenure, it just wasn't good for New England. And there was a lot of things that they had to go in there and rectify. And you got to give them credit. Elliott Wolf, took a back seat, allowed him and Mike Vrabel to collaborate. They really have done a lot of great things to really galvanize and get this roster together, getting Milton Williams, getting Carlton Davis. Like I said, Drake May developing, getting Josh McDaniels back in there. All of this has helped put this team in position where now they're back in Super Bowl contention. And if you're a team like the Cowboys, this just really has to make you feel like shit because this just proves how incompetent you are. Here we are, the Patriots, down in the dumps, no Tom Brady, no Bill Belichick, rebuilding, 5 years since, now they're back in contending again for a Super Bowl. If you're the Dallas Cowboys, this should be a sign to you that you clearly are incompetent. And Jerry Jones should not worry about any of that ring chasing shit as far as trying to end with the most rings. I think Robert Kraft has passed him by leaps and fucking bounds now at this point. But nonetheless, getting back to the game, I think really right now, like I said, I got the Patriots really winning this game. Right now, the Vegas line, whether BetMGM or DraftKings, is -3.5 in favor of the Patriots. And I should tell you a lot, being that the Broncos are home. They're not really giving the edge outright to New England. It's going to be a tough game. Like I said, Denver's going to have to pull out all the stops. I expect some trick plays. I expect a bunch of team effort. Jarrett Stidham is he's no guard, he's no dumpster fire of a quarterback, but again, he's not Bo Nix. What am I ultimately expecting? Like I said, weather should not be a factor. And it tells you how the little things matter. Had the Patriots had beat the Raiders in the regular season when they were supposed to and not, and took care of business early in the year, this game would be in New England with like 10 plus inches of snow and blizzard-like conditions going on, heavily in favor of the New England Patriots. So I'm kind of glad that right now, the game's in Denver. Weather's not going to be a problem or a factor. Both teams are going to be able to play. But I expect a tight game, but I do expect the Patriots to win. Again, another 3-point victory. I expect both these championship games to be tight. This is go to the Super Bowl. You're really getting the best effort from both teams. So be that as it may. Shout out to all four squads. They definitely have deserved it, earned it. And we shall see after this evening who is going to Super Bowl 60. So that's going to do it for this episode. As always, again, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Stay safe. Stay warm out there, guys. Take care and enjoy the rest of your Sunday.